You better stop playing with your own potential and go build the life that you want. If you do not like the life that you have now, you are the only individual that can change it. And it can be changed. So don't convince yourself that it can't. I want you to imagine this. Imagine if after you pass, God was to sit down with you and show you that the life that you lived was not the only life that you could have had. And He shows you from birth to now the entire life that you lived, the places you went, the people you met. And then He says, now let me show you over here the life that you could have had, the people you could have met, the places that you could have went, the opportunities, the joy that you could have had. A lot of y'all would cry, would plead, and say, no, God, please, let me go back. Please, if I could go back, I would do everything correctly. If I would go back, I would work hard. If I would go back, I wouldn't make excuses. A lot of y'all would do that. Y'all will go back to this specific moment in time right now if God would let you to live the life that you want to live, to work hard. So why can't you do it now? Why does it have to be a type of restraint on you? Why do you have to see the life that you had to live to try to be that, to try to become that? See, that's the problem with a lot of people. See, a lot of people subconsciously want to be extraordinary, right? They want to be different. They want to try new things, go to new places, all these different things, but they want to be the same as everyone else. You want to work the same time they work. You want to go to sleep the same time they go to sleep. You want to do everything they do, and then you wonder why you can't be different from them in results because you are different from them. I want you to know your genetic makeup has never happened in mankind history. The Every single piece of you has never happened and it will never happen again. The two people that made you, that came from the two people that made them, that came from the two, that specific genetic makeup that came to make you will never happen again. The experiences that you've had with that genetic makeup will never happen again. So by default, the life that you have, the experiences that you can build will never happen again. So essentially, if you don't do the things that you're supposed to do, it will never happen for this world. If you never touch the people you're supposed to touch, if you don't ever speak to the people you're supposed to speak to, go to the places you're supposed to go to, it will never happen the way you would have done it. See, the problem is we see people achieve things and people go places and we try to repeat that. We try to even do it ourselves in our own way. But your own way would be different. And another problem is if you kind of keep going after people, you see people go a little bit harder, so you want to go a little bit harder. You see people work out during the New Year's, so you work out during the New Year's. You see people, you get what I'm saying, make New Year's resolutions, so you make New Year's resolutions. You're always going to be behind. You're never going to be at the forefront. You're never going to be different. You're never going to be talked about. So essentially, you have to be different. I say this all the time. Why do you have to wait to January 1st to change your life? Why do you have to wait to the first of anything? The first of the month, the first of the week? Why can't you change right now, today? See, nothing changes if nothing changes. So a lot of people sit around here wondering why their lives have not changed. Oh, why am I not doing anything differently? Why am I not seeing differently? Because you haven't changed. Literally, even watching this, after watching this video, you can change something and that can show yourself, test yourself. Am I really ready to change? Okay, if I am, can I go to sleep earlier? Can I go to the grocery store and possibly not buy some of the stuff that I used to buy before because I know it's not good for me? Can I can I go buy a book? Can I wake up earlier? Can I stop thinking that all of these things have to be so hard and convincing yourself that the change has to be shown in big things? No, the big things is a cumulative of success. The big things is what happens after. But we think the big things are what causes us to change. No, 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 no. When that girl got that award, she had already changed. She had already built the foundation. So then what just happened is she was able to walk over that bridge and receive that award. When that person made more money, it's not because they woke up one day and they said, I'm going to make more money. No, they did the necessary things to make more money. Stop assuming just because you don't know how to do something, you can never learn how to do that thing. And also stop assuming that you deserve a life of success simply because you are here, because you don't think nobody else deserves a life of success simply because they're here. If I was to tell you, oh yeah, you need to have surgery on your knees because they're messed up because of so and so, and you're like, okay, whatever. Who's my doctor? Oh yeah, we're gonna give you Gary. He failed medical school twice, and he ain't graduate, but he a real good dude. You're like, Gary is not coming next to me with a 10-foot pole. This man did not pass school. This man did not get his doctorate. He did not get his certificate. He did not go through the necessary things to have success. So his success of performing a surgery on me is not going to happen. So why do you assume the same thing for yourself? A lot of people are walking around like Gary's. They ain't do nothing in life. They haven't achieved nothing. They haven't worked hard. but they want success and they get frustrated that they don't have it in any area of their life. See, I want you to understand the price of entry to get into the life that you want to get into, because you have to get into it. I don't want you to think you're going to wake up one day and find it. The price of entry is when you say, oh, I have too many responsibilities. Oh, I work too much. Oh, all those too muches and I can't. That's the hard part. It's supposed to be hard. It's not. See, the thing is, we assume the life we want should be easy, right? It should be laid out on a silver platter for us. And we should just be able to follow these steps and do, because we come from that, essentially kind of like that high school or just K through 12th grade mindset. And essentially that's how we were taught. You have a test, right? And then usually before you have a test, you have quizzes. If you do the quizzes prepare you for the test. But we have homework before the quizzes, and the homework prepares you for the quiz. And then the quizzes before, right? There's a specific order of things. I don't know if you ever paid attention to it. That's how it goes. So for the most part, if you pay attention and you do the things people say you're supposed to do, you get the results that you want, a passing grade. Well, life isn't like that, because once we turn 18, they tell us to become individuals and we have to be different. And though it is kind of unfortunate how they just throw us to the wolves and let us get all these thousands of dollars in student loans, but wouldn't let you take out thousands of dollars to own a business, or, don't get me started with all that. But anyway, during this process, you have to learn how to become yourself. You have to sometimes separate from the group. You have to essentially go through your lonely chapter. Because if you're not willing to do that, you're not willing to break away, if you're not willing to be seen different, you're not willing to put yourself first. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to hurt. Maybe not physically for some, but maybe for some physically. But there's going to be times where you're going to cry. There's going to be times where you don't know what's going to come next. There's going to be times where you don't know exactly what to do, but you always have to put your next foot forward. Because I want to tell you, right at this moment, there are things that are coming into fruition. There are things, opportunities that are being made at this moment that will not happen for the next 6, 7, 8 months, maybe even a year. But the simple fact that you do not start today means you are not even a part of the collective that can get that kind of opportunity, right? Like your job right now can be working on something for a new position, but the simple fact that you haven't acquired enough skills, or you haven't done enough, you're not going to be enough. There could be right now a grant being built for a business, and they're trying to give, even sometimes in your city or in your area, oh, we're trying to give, grants to women that live in the DMV, or we're trying to give grants to women that live in Florida, or we're trying to give grants to business owners that live in wherever. But the problem is, since you're not doing the building steps now, you're not doing what's necessary now, when those opportunities come, you're going to miss them. That's another thing too. I don't want you living life thinking that, a lot of people like saying stuff like, what is for me is for me. It would never pass me. I don't necessarily agree with that, because there's a lot of opportunities that pass me because I wasn't ready for them. That does not mean there won't be more opportunities, but I don't want you to have the mindset in your head that it's okay that you haven't worked hard. It's okay that you haven't done what you were supposed to do, because what's for you, it will never pass you. Oh, girl, it's done looped around you a couple times, whether you realize it or not. And sometimes you do realize it, right? That sting you get in your chest when somebody gets an award or achievement and you weren't able to get it. That sting you get in your chest when you look at your bank account and bills are due. That sting you get in your chest when you're going to work and you really know you don't want to be here, but you're here because you have no other choice. That's showing the opportunities that have passed you, because you always have a choice. And I'm not saying it's the easiest choice. And I'm not out here telling people to quit their jobs and all this other stuff, but I'm telling people to move different. You can do different once you move different. Once you make yourself worthy of these things. I don't want to say worthy, because you're already worthy. Once you accumulate enough knowledge, enough experience, enough whatever you have to do to get where you want to get. That's when things start getting attracted to you. Stop chasing after things. Stop chasing after money and awards and experiences. They're going to come eventually. If you do the right thing, they're going to chase you. That's how life works. The individuals that live a lot of times the life that you want to live and do the things you want to do, it's easy for you to say it's so easy for them. Oh, everybody, likes this person. She always gets this. And he always gets that. Yeah, because they built a life for them in which they can get those things. But the problem is, you don't see when they pay their cost of entry. Nobody sees that part for the most part. So the times when you've come up with excuses because it was too hard and it was too frustrating and it was too much, they were paying their cost of entry. And so now you see them inside of that party, inside of that event, inside of that, essentially that idea of the life that you want. And it's so easy to say that. I found it so crazy. So at my new job, there's this man there who he trained us. So first he worked, he was a regular sales advisor like us. Then he got bumped up to being a trainer, so he would train. That he did that for like 2 years. And now he manages an entire team. He recently just got that job. And so from the outside looking in, it looks like managers don't do a lot, right? Because they just sit down, they have a whole bunch of computer mounts and they just looking at that, and they're not really, it don't look like they're really working for real, right? And I'll never forget, last week, this girl came into our job and him and her were talking. And I guess they both had worked at Amazon. And she worked in, if you're familiar with Amazon warehouse, pick. That's the worst position to work in. I can tell you from experience. And he was saying a position that he worked in, which was, I think, pack, which is a little bit of a lighter position. And she said something to the effect of, actually, exactly, dang, you always get the easy jobs. You always get to do the easy stuff at Amazon here. And he kind of just laughed it off, but I found that comment to be very disrespectful. This man has worked at our job for at least 5, 6 years. He worked at that job for a few years. He started like us, just regular sales advisor. And then he got bumped up to a trainer. And then he got bumped up to manage his entire team. From the outside looking in, if you look at his specific job now, it seems like he doesn't do a much. And maybe he possibly doesn't compared to what we do now. But he had to work to get there. And I want you to see that the people that you look at in life, it's so easy to hear, oh, Jeff Bezos acquired this company and now Amazon owns this company and that company. It just feels like they own everything. Dang, it's so easy for them to, no. For years, that man was working. For years, that man was putting in work, sleepless nights, tired nights, being judged, people thinking he never was going to make it or do anything. And now, once he's at that point, he can grab everything he want to grab because he's in those rooms, he's in those places, he's in those spaces. And a lot of times, that's the reason why you haven't done it yet. You haven't got to where you want to be yet. Because like I said, you're not willing to pay that entry price. You're not willing to look at things and say it's me versus me. I need to do what I need to do what I have to do so I can do what I want to do. My mom always says that growing up since I was young. Do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. When you do the necessary things that are going to be hard, they're going to be stressful, they're going to make you tired. That's why the people can go on vacation and not worry about money. You know the girl that can go on vacation and not look at their account every single time are the girls who make money. I know some of y'all gonna comment some other stuff. I'm talking about the girls who pay for their own stuff, okay? The girls who are able to live their life. I know you're tired of looking at apartments and always trying to get the cheapest apartment in a good area. I know you're tired of looking for cars and always trying to get the cheapest car. And you know why I know you're tired? Because I know it's more stressful. Because the people who are not willing to do the necessary things to change their life, the people who run away from hard, who want life easy, it's a lot more of them. See, it's a lot more people applying for McDonald's job applications than they are applying to become doctors. There's a lot more people applying to go the more traditional route than the people who are applying their life to do things that are more untraditional, do the things that might take time, do the things that they don't know the ending of, do the things that they're going to be judged for that are scary. So it's a lot more, a lot of people don't see that. It's a lot more competition trying to be like everybody else, no matter what space and place you're in. That's why me personally, I've tried my hardest to separate myself from a lot of people, even in the content world. Like I post 3 videos every single week and I try to make sure the videos that I post are quality content, are things that I would watch, things that I would do. I'm at that sweet spot where, especially because I'm working a job 40 hours a week, it's kind of hard because it's like, dang, I have to be very intentional with my time to make sure the things I'm talking about in my videos are worthwhile. It's good content. It's actually, shot, edited, uploaded, all this other stuff. But then it's achievable enough that I know if I just create a good schedule, if I just do what's necessary, if I just wake up, I go to work at 10. I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. I don't have to do that, but I do it because the life that I want to live requires me to do differently. I'm sleep by 10 o'clock at least every single night, so I get 8 hours of sleep. Do I want to stay up sometimes a little bit later and watch TV? Yes, there's things that I want to do. There's things I've had to turn down even more so recently, even with friends or, different things that I would have done last year. But I realized I want different. There's times where I'm so stressed out that I cry because I don't know how my life is going to look next year. I don't know how things are going to be next year, but I'm not allowing that to stop me. Because I know what it's going to look like if I stop. I know what my life is going to feel like if I stop. And I know I'm going to be a part of everyone else. And I'm tired of living like that. I'm tired of looking, like I said, for the cheapest apartment in a good area, for the cheapest nice bag. Oh, y'all got a discount clearance. I want to do things wholeheartedly, fully. So now I'm doing what I have to do, putting my heart, putting my time, putting my energy, my discipline into those things. And then when it comes to the things that I want to do, I could ball out. I could have fun. Because I'm also an advocate of having fun. I think life is about that too. But I always say, imagine the level of fun, the level of entertainment, the level of carefreeness you could have when you really go hard, when you got to go hard. The people that don't want to go hard are the people who got to cookie cut, who got to go scrim around the edges, who got to, because they haven't done what's necessary to live the life they want to live. So I want to tell you right now, it's you versus you. It's not you versus them. It's not you versus your responsibilities. It's not you versus anything but you. And stop convincing yourself how long something is going to take you, or what if something goes wrong. Oh, because your entire life everything's been going right, right? Because you're proud of where you are. And also at the same time, it's okay to be proud of where you are and want more too. Don't get that mindset of, oh, I mean I make decent money and I don't struggle and I should. Okay, well, you want more. What's wrong with that? But the same thing goes for the people that have nothing. You have to change some things. You have to put yourself in positions where you think you might break. It's going to be hard. You're going to cry. All these feelings are normal. But the problem is those are the feelings that you're running away from, the responsibilities that you're running away from. You don't want to feel them because we've gotten this connotation since we were young that crying is bad, being emotional is bad, being confused. We need to be certain about everything. We need to be always happy. So when we feel those emotions, because we're in a new space, we run away from them. No, run to them. Start running to them. Because you're intentionally having these emotions. Because you're gonna have them regardless. When the rent is due, when your car messed up and you ain't got no money, when you're gonna have these crying emotions. So I'd rather cry knowing that I'm doing something different that could provide me with a different life. I'd rather feel down sometimes, not knowing what my life is gonna look like, but knowing it's going to be different. That's what motivates me, knowing that it's going to be different, knowing that I'm not happy with my today, and knowing that I only have one shot on this thing called earth, this thing called life. And why would I go in the same direction as everybody else? And I don't want the same things as them. So I have to go harder. And do not convince yourself also you don't know where to start, because you do. There's so much information on the internet, and I know sometimes it can even become overwhelming, but start with something. Stop convincing yourself and even belittling yourself that you are not smart enough, that you are not enough. I was not smart enough to start a channel until I started my channel. I wasn't smart enough to know how to record my videos and edit my videos until I started doing it. So of course you're not going to know how to do something until you do it. So don't use that as an excuse not to start. And also, a lot of times, most people don't realize you don't know yourself enough, that you're going in the wrong direction. It's so easy for you to go in the direction of the collective, what everyone else is doing, what makes sense for everyone else. Because you think, oh, they're good at that, I should be too. I'm not good at math. I can tell you right now, I'm not that good at math. I'm not that good at numbers. But what I am good at is speaking. What I am good at is talking. So that's what I pour into. And when it comes to the math, I can hire somebody to help me do accounting. I can hire, I mean, of course you want a basic understanding, but think about it also too. Like, girls, if you can't do your hair, don't be frustrated every single day. I can't do my hair. I can't do my hair. Why don't you create a life for yourself in which you can pay someone to do your hair? How about that? We focus too much on the things that don't propel us into the life that we want. We focus on the things that we can't do because that's easier. Because if you focus on the things that you can't do, you never have to do anything. And we go into this rotation and this cycle of, I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. And then years later, you realize you don't know how to do nothing. I want you to stop being scared of things because you think it's the wrong time. I want you to stop being scared of things because you don't think you're not ready. You can start today. You don't have to wait till the first of the week. You don't have to wait till the first of the month. You don't have to start today. I always say this, time is not real. Time is a construct that's made up to a certain extent to kind of make us do similar things. And before y'all think I'm talking crazy, think about it like this. The person, or think about it as simple as this, right? If you take a 2 hour nap and you wake up and you ask me what time it is, and I say it's 2 hours later, to you it doesn't really feel like that because you were asleep during that time period. But when you were asleep, 2 hours did go by. Okay, think about it. Even when it comes to achievements, for you to get your bachelor's degree takes 4 years. The person who get their degree at 24, are they better than the person that got their degree at 28? Is it not a degree? So I say that to say, don't put time on things as well. Time is not a real, it's just something we use to kind of, give people an idea of this is the time you should do this and this time you should do that. It's not real. The time you go to sleep, some people are starting their day. Some people start their day at 9, 10, 11 o'clock. And while you're at work, they're sleeping. So I want you to understand you can do anything at any time. Don't feel like you have to abide by the restraints that's given to you. No, you can start whenever you want to start. Do not use that as an excuse. Because, like I said, all you're doing is telling yourself, I can't afford to get in. Every excuse you make, every problem that you have, every reason why you are not willing to put yourself first and bet on yourself is you telling yourself, I can't afford to get in. Because, like I said, that's the cost of entry. That's the cost of being great. That's the cost of achieving the things that you want to achieve. This is your me versus me. This is your you versus you. It's time for you to lock in with you. It's time for you to get 1% better every day. It's time for you to put yourself first. It's time for you to do it when you're tired, when you're scared, when you're frustrated. Because behind it all is doing it. You know how many times we might see basketball players play and they're making millions of dollars and they're tired and they're frustrated? You know how many times you have a doctor perform a surgery on you and they done got 3 hours of sleep? You know how many times people have done amazing things having less than you have? And I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad. I'm telling you this because it's reality. So I'm telling you this when you wake up in the morning and you feel tired and you use that as an excuse to press the snooze alarm, all you're doing is telling yourself, I can't afford to get in. Because you're using the excuse of being tired. Everybody's tired. What? The excuse you make for yourself, oh, I can't go to the gym because I don't have gym gear and I don't have. You know how many people started with not even gyms? They started just working out outside. They started just working outside of their home. And you don't want to go to the gym because you don't have all your ducks in. Listen, it's an excuse. And I just want you to know that. I don't want you to be in a blind spot wondering why your life is not where it wants. It's you versus you. Take this time period to figure out what you need to do, work hard at what you need to do, and go after the life you want. Because, like I said, at the end of this thing called life, you're going to look back on it and wish you did differently. Why do you think old people dress the way they do? And half the time act the way they do? Because they don't care. They've gotten to a point in life where they really don't care. Now it's starting to become a little popular, but growing up, the Skechers, the New Balances, those were old people shoes. Old people wear the gray sweatsuits with the, now I guess it's becoming fashion. But old people like started that. You know why? Because they go for comfort. They wanted the comfortable shoes. They wanted the comfortable. Why? Because they didn't care about what people said about them, what people thought about them. But the messed up part is it usually takes you getting old. It takes you getting to a point of experiencing so much in life and realizing how much you missed out on for you to realize I'm no longer going to care. Don't wait until you have to be in gray sweatsuits and New Balances to realize that. Don't wait until you have to wear the comfortable shoes because the cute shoes don't feel good no more and you don't care about feeling. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about how you look. You care about how you feel. Start today. Do those things today. Turn down that party today. Turn that New Year's event today. Don't wait until the time comes up and you like, well, I might have to. That money that you was gonna use anyway to go out with your friends to party, invest that in something today. I always tell people all the time. You want to know if you really are serious about something? Look at where you invest the most time and money. Because especially when it comes to money, everybody's like, oh, I can't afford this and I can't do this. Go to your bank account. How much money do you spend on things that you don't need to do, that you probably can't afford? You could stop buying so much ice cream. You could stop going out as much. You could stop eating out as much. Because if you start adding up all this money, you start realizing maybe I can't afford what I specifically want in 1 month. Maybe not even two. But if I kept saving this money for 3, 4 months, I could have invested in a course. I could have invested in, you want to start content, a camera. I could have, there's so many things you could have done to make yourself better. So why haven't you? If you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you want to do more, the only reason why you haven't is you. And if you want to separate yourself from the pack, if you know you want different, you have to do different. I don't care what somebody did to get an award. You have to do 2 times that. I don't care what somebody did to make more money. You need to do 2 times that. So you know that you're qualified for it. And you also know that when it comes time to people to think about that thing, they're going to think about you because you've made it known that this is what you want for yourself. And you do that with your actions. So, like I said earlier, test yourself today. Be honest with yourself today. Don't give yourself the runaround. I'm going to watch one more self growth video. And right now, today, what are you going to change? And every single day, how are you going to get 1% better? That's all it takes. It doesn't take a big you think you're gonna I have to sign up for school and I have to stop. No. I mean that can come eventually, right? But you need to start. You want to start doing something different? Research those things. Figure out, give yourself actual options. Give yourself actual opportunities. Stop being so cookie cut. When it has to be like this, it has to be like that. No, it doesn't. You can change, you can grow, but you can only do that if you put you first. So I want you to know this season is you versus you. Do not wait till New Year's. I know it's the end of the year. You want to wait till New Year's. Start now. That's a lot of times why people New Year's resolutions get cut because they wait until New Year's, which shows you're not really doing it for you. You're doing it because that's what society told you it's okay. That was the right time to do it. But you can start today. If you want to start seeing some of the results for New Year's, if you want to start seeing some of the fruits of your labor around New Year's, start today. Start now. Okay? Because you got this. And it's going to be hard and it's going to be tough. You're going to cry, but you got this. So thank y'all so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to come back every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. I do appreciate y'all so much. My channel has been doing so well. And I just want to let you guys know that, I mean, I say it a lot. I do appreciate y'all, but y'all really keep me going. Like this channel keeps me going and keep me on my toes and keep me doing what I have to do. And I just wanted to create this video because it's been hard for me. And I know it's been hard for others, but I just feel like recently I've been talking to people and it just has felt like they feel like they don't have a choice. They feel like they can't change their situation. They don't like the situation they're in. They feel bad. They feel sad, but it's like, change it. Like if you don't like the life you're living, you can change it anytime. It's you versus you. Stop looking at other people and what they got and what they're doing. It's you versus you. You need to take this time to go underground. You need to take this time to grow yourself and figure out what you need to do. That's the first step. But until you do that, until you do the necessary things and live that hard and pay your ticket into that life, that's the ticket. That's the entry. It's hard. All those things, the reasons, make a list of all the reasons why you think you can't do it. And those are all the things that you need to accomplish to do it. And I had to realize that for myself. And like I said, a lot of crying nights, but I'm starting to see also a lot of opportunities with it as well. So thank you guys so much. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all and have a great one. I'll see y'all on Wednesday.